Being creative is not as easy as people make it look. People always talk about the fun part of creating, the finished artwork, the ideas, the passion, but no one really talks about the exhaustion that comes with it. The burnout, feeling of being stuck, because if you're creative and you suddenly feel like you have nothing left to give, it honestly feels like you're doomed. That's how I felt for the past few years. Painting, drawing, and creating in any form have always been my outlet. Making art has been one of the things I've been most proud of ever since I was in high school. Maybe that's why studying multimedia arts felt like the right path for me. I really thought I knew where I belonged. Then I entered college. It wasn't that people weren't nice and that my professors were unfair, but it was the fact that everyone around me was talented. Everyone was good at something. Everyone had their own style. Everyone could create, design, illustrate, anything, and I let it intimidate me. I kept asking myself, what am I even doing here? That was the moment I started questioning my worth as an artist. College gave me amazing friends, people who are incredibly creative and talented, but along with those friendships came the pressure to keep up. And then there were the grades. My grades weren't bad. I survived college, I graduated, I even became a dean's lister. But whenever my grades were lower than my friends, I couldn't help but take it too personally. Because those grades weren't always based on an exam, they were based on something I created. So every lower grade, it felt like my art wasn't enough. And eventually, I started believing that maybe I wasn't enough either. So I stopped. I refused to pick up a brush. I refused to create outside of school. Because every time that I thought about creating something, all I could think about was whether it would be good enough. Whether it would be perfect. I told myself I never wanted to feel that way again. So I walked away from it. I already had enough things going on in my life, and as someone who's naturally competitive, I got tired of competing. So I stopped. Then 2026 came. I now graduated, I got a job. I finally started earning my own salary, but working every day made me realize something. Somewhere between deadlines and responsibilities, I lost something that used to make me happy. Then, I caught myself thinking, why don't I just go back? Not to become better than anyone and not to prove everyone that I still have it, but just to start again. This time, I wanted to remind myself that I don't have to make something perfect. I just have to create something. While making this video, I realized that everything that made me hate creating somehow led me back to it. Maybe I really needed that break, Maybe I needed to step away so I could remember why I love creating in the first place. This time, I know I don't have to keep up with everyone else's pace. I also don't see the people around me as my competition anymore. I genuinely feel lucky that I got to meet those people. Lucky enough to witness how they've grown into the artists they are today. Instead of comparing myself to them, I find myself actually inspired by them. And I think that's much a better way to live. Life is a funny way of humbling you. Sometimes it takes losing your passion just to realize how much you miss it. And you know what they say, when life gives you lemons, use it.